what would you do if you found out that your husband was cheating on you? And then you found out that your best friend's husband, who used to be your best friend, was cheating on her, and that you were both getting a divorce at the same time. Welcome to our world.
This is
our story. Yes. So I'm TH and this is Jessica. Welcome to Divorce, Etc. And this is our story of divorce
and how we created and how and why we created exEXPERTS and this Divorce, Etc. podcast. Because we didn't know anyone going through divorce at the time that we didn't have a lot of history. Our parents are still married. It's obviously a hugely scary and overwhelming experience for people. And we were so lucky that we were literally in it at the same time.
Yeah.
We had gotten engaged within a month of each other, married within a month of each other. And then 13 years into our marriages, found out within a week.
We got our
both of our ex-husbands were cheating on us and covering for each other in their affairs. They were going away on trips that they were saying were guys' trips. They were actually going on couples trips with their girlfriends.
Yeah.
To the Four Seasons in Costa Rica.
Among other things.
Right.
Yes.
So that was really how our divorce journeys started. And we always knew that we were going to have to figure something out in order to tell our stories and help other people going through it, because it's crazy.
So do you ever feel, well, first of all, we got each other in our divorces. So that's like a gift unto itself.
And our kids got each other in the divorces because we were able to like arrange our custody schedules and our weekend schedules simultaneously. So we knew that no matter what, we always had a plan.
Right. I mean, we made it so we were covered, but the guys were actually covered too. But we honestly were just talking about it today, the fact that the kids had each other through all of this too.
Right.
And Jessica's kids were 4 and 2. Mine were 8, 6, and 4. Like we had babies. We were working. We were at home. But I will tell you that I was miserable in my marriage. And the phone call I got where I was told that he was engaged to somebody else, and if I was actually still married to him, which I was, that set me free.
Yeah.
Like my marriage was over way before that call. That call just gave me the ability to be like, he's bad, I'm out.
Yeah.
And so when you got the phone call,
it was more like the shock of it, like the reality that it was actually happening, which I had like known about, but was kind of like trying to turn a blind eye to. And it was devastating because I genuinely liked him. Like, look, there's no question that marriage itself wasn't good and hadn't been good for a couple of years. In a small way, this was like, okay, this was my way of getting out of the marriage and I wasn't the bad guy. But it was devastating because we'd been together at that point, literally half my life from the age of 18, and we were 36 when we got divorced. And I just felt like my whole identity was wrapped up in Jessica and Darren, and Darren. Even though I had my own independent career and I had my own life, my own professional life that I was very proud of. My identity, all of our friends were couples friends from college and beyond. Like our lives were very intertwined. I don't think it was like an easy separation, not only just for ourselves, but probably for our friends too. Like I had many a conversation with people saying, you don't have to choose.
Right.
I'm okay with you guys hanging out with him and socializing with him and with me separately. I didn't feel that any of my friends were kind of betraying me, or going behind my back to hang out with him. And I think that's a very valid feeling from people when they're getting divorced, feeling like, well, those people, they were really my friends. And now I heard they went out to dinner with him.
So we need to talk about that definitely in another episode of the show. But so Jessica and I met because her first husband was my best friend in high school.
Yeah.
And then we met because she was excited to see me. Well, just tell your story really fast.
We met when TH came up to campus for
a college campus.
Right. For a party. And I had heard so much about her and I went running up into her face like, oh my
she still scares me.
Literally looks at me and was like, where's Darren? And I remember walking over to Darren going, that's your best friend? She's a bitch.
Right. So I don't know the story. I was probably drunk. If you think back to college, pre-gaming, Halloween, whatever. And then this little like Tinkerbell like comes into my face. You just saw my reaction. And like, back the fuck up. Like, who are you? You're ruining my vibe right now. Where is Darren? I came to see Darren.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've been couples friends forever. Our lives have been parallel, engaged a month apart, married a month apart. Our boys are a week apart.
Yep.
I was pissed about that because that was my third and that was her first. And I think she was due after me.
Yeah. And then I went 2
me.
weeks early.
Yeah, that's really annoying. So anyway, we got each other in our divorces.
Yeah.
We literally were together the whole time. And everything that we arranged was for our agenda, like making sure we had our kids on the same weekends and holidays on the same weekends.
Right.
But as it turns out, that also gave our exes the ability to have the same weekends with our kids. So our kids have been together through this. Hers were 4 and 2, mine were 8, 6, and 4, and they've gone through this together. And
I don't even know if they even ever think about that or even realize that. I know that my kids, as like the younger kids, particularly my daughter, she's the youngest of all 5 of the kids and like has always really looked up to TH's daughters who are much older than her. But like, I don't even know if Zoe kind of realizes like the comfort that she was able to get, always being so excited to go and see Allie and Samantha.
Right.
Like,
but all of her memories from a certain age to a certain age are going to be with our kids.
That's
so we are here today because we are not afraid to share a story. It's a Lifetime TV series. We aren't even telling you the tip of the iceberg, and maybe we will one other day, but this is all you're going to get today. But we're here to tell you that we're not afraid to talk about divorce. Let's talk about it. You know, what we did, what would you do? And we're going to share all these tips with you on this channel on YouTube with Divorce, etc. And let's just freaking talk about it.
Yeah. And a huge part of the reason is because we feel like there, unfortunately, is still a lot of stigma and shame around divorce.
Totally. It's so ridiculous.
Directed at women. And it's outrageous is really what it is. It's unacceptable. It's outrageous. We've had a lot of like haters about the fact that we are trying to promote a positive message post-divorce. Like your life can go on. It can be filled with opportunity.
It's so good on this side. Exactly. I'm telling you.
It's hard to see sometimes, but life on the other side is great. And we really do want to open up that dialogue and conversation and have you come back and share your thoughts and feelings as well, so we can address them all.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time right here on the Divorce, Etc. show. And be sure to check out our podcast on all platforms, also Divorce, Etc. and at exexperts.com, exexperts.com. See you soon.